Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I just finished another History Matters video about Vichy France, Vicky France. I think it's Vichy France. I don't know. I forget. If you're not ready to learn, just get the hell out of here. Nobody wants you here. You're not loved. Your parents adopted you. I joke. I have fun here. If you want to just chill. That's fine. Join the Discord, guys. It's awesome. Sometimes Melkor brings brownies. I have candy. Just join the Discord. It's a fun time. The link will be right below the link to this video at the top. So the top two links that you'll see in the description will be to this original video of History Matters and the Discord. If there's any problems with the Discord link, let me know. Please. That would help out me a lot, but I'm pretty sure I saved it to be permanent. So yeah, I will welcome you myself. If I'm not there on, then when I see it, I will. All right, let's do it.
The Paris Commune, a short-lived attempt at revolutionary
Let me make
government
sure everything is good. Start recording. Good.
For some,
Hope you guys are all doing good.
holds the Paris Commune, a short-lived attempt at revolutionary government that for some holds a legendary place in history. Famous for invoking images of French worker government that for some holds a legendary place in history.
Is that Karl Marx?
Famous for invoking images of French workers taking up arms, establishing their own government and trying to reforge France in a new image. Its impact was and is far-reaching, but despite said impact, the Commune only actually existed for a little over 2 months, which raises the question, why did the Paris Commune fail?
Communism?
So first, which raises the question, why? Why did the Paris Commune fail? So first, background. In 1870, France was an empire ruled by Napoleon III. There were some disagreements between him and Prussian leadership about who would take the Spanish throne. Someone got offended, and because this was 19th century Europe, that meant war. Take the Spanish throne, someone got offended, and because this was 19th century Europe, that meant war.
I don't get it.
Take the empire ruled by Napoleon III. There were some disagreements between him and Prussian leadership about who would take the Spanish throne. Someone got offended, and because this was 19th century Europe, that meant war. The French did not perform well in this war. Napoleon III himself was even captured. And about 6 seconds after this, France's remaining leaders declared the creation of the Third French Republic, but still continued the war. The Prussian army now marched on Paris and placed the city under siege in mid-September of 1870. The city was mostly defended by the National Guard, a voluntary militia made up of the Parisian working class. Many of its members were unhappy with the government and wished for more representation and better economic conditions for them if they were expected to fight in.
Just want to say, guys, I said this in a lot of my videos recently, but I want to make it clear. I want to make it nice for you guys, good experience for you guys, but I will rewind. Before I made this channel, I liked learning about history. I created the channel to react, but I don't want to give up the learning part because sometimes I feel pressured when I'm reacting to something to like play it out. You know, I want to learn. I might go back, and if I make any, I have a lot of sarcasm. Okay, if I make any jokes about like France or something, I'm sorry if you're offended. I'm just all right.
They were given to representation and better economic conditions for them if they were expected to fight and die. They were given, to use a technical term, squat, and despite many protests and increasing radicalization, the representatives of the French Republic remained in charge.
That's what I'm talking
about. The city was mostly
me telling you I need to go back or else I'll miss something, maybe miss something.
Declared the creation of the Third French Republic, but still continued the war. The Prussian army now marched on Paris and placed the city under siege in mid-September of 1870. The city was mostly defended by the National Guard, a voluntary militia made up of the Parisian working class. Many of its members were unhappy with the government and wished for more representation and better economic conditions for them if they were expected to fight and die. They were given, to use a technical term, squat, and despite many protests and increasing radicalization, the representatives of the French Republic remained in charge there, and in January 1871, the city's leaders surrendered. The French held an election, and the pro-peace monarchists won. And as such, many in Paris feared the return of the monarchy. Not Napoleon III, though. Thrones are for winners. With the war now over, the French government sought to disarm all of those radical members of the National Guard. And so they came up with an ingenious idea. They asked politely, and in return promised not to shoot them. Shockingly, the National Guard said no, and when the army moved in to seize their weapons, some fighting broke out, many Parisians sided with the National Guard, and the government and army fled the city. And on March the 18th, the Paris Commune was declared. It held elections soon after, which were open to most Parisians, providing they were men, and a new ruling council for the city was placed in charge. Most of these were radically left-wing, with many being socialists or communists, but about a quarter were moderate right-wing candidates. However, due to increasing radicalization, many of the right-wing members of the council left and some even fled the city.
Maybe.
In fact, it was this diversity in leadership which made running the commune difficult. Unlike later revolutions, there was no definitive leader nor much of a clear agenda. However, the primary debate of legislators was over whether or not the revolution was to be spread elsewhere or shored up in Paris first. In Versailles, not too far away, the freshly fled Republican government was deciding on how nice to be with the revolutionaries. And the conclusion they came to was not very. The communards were little more to the government than a violent coup led by poor militiamen, and such events could never be allowed to slide if this government was to survive. And in this opinion, they had the backing of most of the country. The Commune had fairly broad support in Paris, but nobody really knew what their endgame was. And this is an important reason why it would soon fail. But how exactly did it fail? Well, its end came when it was crushed militarily. The communards decided mostly that sitting in Paris was waiting to be crushed, and so
What a profound statement.
was crushed
Tactical
militarily.
genius.
The communards decided mostly that sitting in Paris was waiting to be crushed, and so decided in April to march on Versailles. They were clearly outgunned by the French army, but they banked on the common soldiery joining them as they marched on Versailles. Now, the military tacticians amongst you
Look at Jesus.
the premise as they marched on Versailles. Now,
Look. Look at Jesus up there. Look at his eyes. Oh, God.
the military tacticians amongst you will know that fighting a war based on the premise of it's fine, they probably won't shoot back isn't the most sound strategy, and it was not.
You're good.
As a side note, whilst all of this was going on, there was a massive German army camped outside the city. The reason that they were there was that in the peace negotiations, in return for not storming the city, the French would give the Germans, to use a legal term, fat stacks of cash. And since the people of Paris hadn't paid up, there they waited. Anyway, a couple of weeks after the failed march on Versailles, the French army launched an assault on Paris. This assault is known as Bloody Week, because it saw the people of Paris hadn't paid up, there they waited. Anyway, a couple of weeks after the failed march on Versailles, the French army launched an assault on Paris. This assault is known as Bloody Week, because it saw the French army systematically eradicate most resistance and undertake the mass execution of any suspected communards. Most communard leaders fled the country, and the government began the long process of re-establishing control over the city. And so, like most small revolutions, the Paris Commune failed because it was crushed militarily. And part of the reason why that could happen was because of the fragmented leadership of the Commune. There was no central leader nor any overriding idea of what the communards wanted France to look like. And with that, there was no decisive action taken against the Republican government even when it was at its weakest. Nor was there any central ideological action taken against the Republican government even when it was at its weakest. Nor was there any central ideology for anyone outside of Paris to rally around and help them. I hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you for watching.
Thank you for making. Amazing episode. Once again, makes you want to learn more. History Matters is great at that, condensing large topics into short videos. Even 4.5 minutes is a bit long for a History Matters video. They usually do like 3:10, something like that. Awesome channel, awesome video. Go check them out. Subscribe, all the buttons. Do it. Like if you like, dislike, dislike. And join the Discord. I said that. Subscribe. Just do it. All right. I'll be back with another video soon. This is Ulysses. I don't think I introduced him this time. Random historical figure of the day. All right. See you guys next time.